In this video, I'll explain you some things you need to know about the templates we use to scrape websites with Scrapy. And also, I'll show you how to find elements with Scrapy. Okay, in Scrapy there are two popular templates, the Scrapy Spider and the Crawl Spider. The Scrapy Spider is the simplest spider and the one we'll use more often in this course. It doesn't provide any special functionality, but we can customize this template to scrape the way we want. On the other hand, the Crawl Spider is the most commonly used spider for crawling regular websites. It provides some mechanisms for following links by defining a set of rules. Note that crawling is not the same as scraping a website. A crawler usually browses the World Wide Web for the purpose of web indexing. But web scraping is more about extracting information from websites. So a crawl spider might not be the best suited for your web scraping project. Now let's have a look at the Scrapy Spider template. So this template has by default a class with the name of our spider. Here we'll send requests from the start_URLs spider attribute, and we'll call the spider's method parse for each of the resulting responses. So here we will yield all the data extracted. We'll see this template in action in the following videos, but now it's time to see how to find elements with Scrapy. So in Scrapy we use response to find elements. This is just like the driver in Selenium or the soup in Beautiful Soup. This response represents the response we get after we send requests to a website. Now, unlike Selenium, we can only find elements with XPath on Scrapy. Scrapy doesn't have functions like find element by IDs or class names or tag names, but we can still find these elements writing an equivalent XPath. So to find elements with XPath on Scrapy, we have to write response.xpath and inside parentheses write the XPath syntax we've been using so far. So / tag, square brackets, the @ sign with the attribute name equal to the attribute value. Now, just like on Selenium or on Beautiful Soup, we can find multiple elements with Scrapy. In this case, we have to use getAll to get all the elements with the same XPath. And here again, if you use getAll, you'll get a list with all the elements that match the XPath inside the list. But if you use .get, you will only get a single element. Finally, you'll see later that we'll use a lot the yield keyword. Don't be afraid if you never worked with yield before, because it works the same way the return keyword works when you define a function. However, with the yield keyword, we can return values from a function without destroying the states of its local variable. And that's it. Now you're ready to start scraping websites with Scrapy.